Hi, welcome to Film Recap. Today we will be covering the sci-fi TV show titled Ahsoka, Season 1, Episode 1 and 2. Enjoy the recap. The episode opens in the New Republic after the fall of the evil Galactic Empire. Jedi Knight Ahsoka Tano is on a mission to find exiled Imperial Grand Admiral Thrawn. An ally of Thrawn, Lady Morgan Elspeth, has provided intel about a star map belonging to the enemy. A navigator droid alerts of an approaching ship. First Officer Jensen Corbett points out that Home 1 is early. The droid captain says it is not Home 1. Captain Hale walks to the hangar to meet their guests. He and several guards wait until they approach to question their Jedi claim. Baylan Skoll assures him that he is mistaken. Hale insists they would have surrendered when the Empire fell. Before R2-D2 can scan their ID, Baylan and Shin Hati kill Hale and his guards. Baylan finds Lady Morgan, who informs him of Ahsoka's mission to locate the star map in Thrawn. Witches of Dathomir Temple on Arcana. Ahsoka masters a puzzle to reveal the star map. She alerts Huyang of the star map being found. His voice cuts in and out. Upon exiting the portal, she encounters a droid that demands she hand over the star map. As the droids surround her, she jumps into the portal. More portals open, swallowing 3 droids. A droid fires several shots into the portal when she reappears. A battle ensues and ends with a decapitated droid initiating the self-destruct protocol. Huyang steers the ship until she is aboard. They escape the implosion of the ruins. Aboard the ship, Ahsoka confronts Huyang about his being too far away for them to communicate. He claims to have been following standard Jedi mission protocol. She removes the star map from her cloak. He questions how she forced Morgan to give up the location. She admits to violating standard Jedi mission protocol. Home 1 issues a Priority 1 alert. Upon arrival at Home 1, Huyang and Ahsoka are escorted by General Hera Syndulla to a debriefing. Looking at holograms of Shin and Baylan, Ahsoka denies knowing them. Syndulla tells Ahsoka that their abilities are similar to hers. Huyang suggests one is a former Jedi. Producing the star map, Ahsoka says it holds Thrawn's secret location. Refuting her claim, Syndulla assures her that Thrawn died at the Battle of Lothal. Ahsoka points out that Thrawn's death is still unconfirmed. She tells her that Morgan and Thrawn were allies during the Imperial rule. Syndulla questions if Commander Ezra Bridger is alive as well. When Huyang claims to have forgotten the device key, Syndulla suggests seeking help from rebel leader Sabine Wren. Governor Ryder Azadi dedicates a monument to Ezra. Discovering Wren is a no-show. He appoints Senator Jai Kell to take his place at the podium. Elsewhere, Captain Porter locates Wren on her speeder bike. He reminds her of the ceremony. She admits to having no intention of attending. He orders her to stand down, but she refuses. Lieutenant Callahan positions her vehicle to block the road. Wren maneuvers her speeder bike under Callahan's vehicle. After finding the star map missing, Morgan tells Baylan and Shin that Ahsoka has it. She orders Ahsoka to be transported to the planet Lothal. Shin asks Baylan why Morgan chose Lothal. He says a former apprentice of Ahsoka is there. He sends her to find Wren. Holding the star map, Ahsoka tells Wren that she may be able to locate Ezra. Wren asks if Ezra is still alive. Ahsoka says their foe is looking for Thrawn. She claims to have found the star map at an ancient Witches of Dathomir Temple. Examining the device, Wren suggests the star map utilizes a codex or key code. Ahsoka shows her Huyang's scan from the ancient temple. Changing the subject, Wren asks where she is staying. Ahsoka admits to staying on the ship. Wren accuses her of making things difficult for her. Huyang tells Ahsoka that analysis reveals one of the lightsaber designs is from the temple. He explains how younglings at the temple built their sabers utilizing the design. He shows her another design that he does not recognize. He says over the past 500 years, Baylan Skoll was the only student to build a saber based on the design from the temple. He says Baylan along with many other Jedi disappeared when the Clone Wars came to an end. She says, Master and Apprentice. He suggests they are enemies if they trained in Jedi arts. She returns to the room where she left Wren to find it empty. Ahsoka tells Syndulla that Wren disobeyed her order when she left with the star map. Syndulla says she is their only hope of understanding the star map. Ahsoka admits to aborting her training with Anakin before the Clone Wars ended. Wren unlocks the star map. Outside, she tells her Lothcat that she is going on a trip when a droid appears. She stuns the droid when another droid grabs her from behind. While she is restrained, a droid retrieves the star map and destroys all evidence linking to it. After the droids are gone, she calls Haiwan for backup. Huang informs Syndulla and Ahsoka. Ren and Shin get into a lightsaber fight. Ren is injured as Haiwan and Ahsoka approach. Shin flees the area. Ren collapses on the floor as the episode ends. Ahsoka Episode 2: Toil and Trouble. The episode opens with Sabine waking up in a hospital with Ahsoka and Huyang watching over her. After explaining how she lost the map and the accompanying data, a clearly frustrated Ahsoka leaves the room and heads to Sabine's home. While investigating what happened, she's attacked by an HK assassin droid that had been hiding in the ceiling. Ahsoka easily takes it out and brings the droid's head back to Sabine, which she hopes can recover its memory core. Despite the core overheating, Sabine grabs enough information to learn that the assassin droid came from a New Republic shipyard on the planet Corellia. When Ahsoka notes that Morgan Elspeth used to have factories on there, Hera, appearing via hologram, counters that they should have all been shut down after the Empire fell. Ahsoka and Hera decide to head that way and see if they can dig anything up. After she insists Sabine stay behind, Hera offers her teammate some encouraging words. She also insists that Ahsoka still needs Sabine's help, even if she doesn't outwardly show it. Meanwhile, Baylan and Shin travel to the planet Cetos and place the map in the middle of a very jagged-looking Stonehenge. When the map reacts, Baylan tells Shin to contact Morgan and tell her that they found the reflex point. When Morgan arrives on Cetos, she explains that the structure was built by ancient people from a distant galaxy. She then uses some Night Sister magic to open the map, which shows a pathway to a place called Peridea, where Thrawn is allegedly living in exile. Baylan claims that Peridea was simply a fairy tale told amongst Jedi younglings, but Morgan insists that it's real. Baylan remains skeptical, but assures Morgan that Merrick will complete a mission he's on before the Eye of Shine has arrived. After Morgan departs, Shin asks what happens if / when they find Thrawn. Baylan explains that the Grand Admiral's return will bring war to some and a new beginning for others. As for him and Shin, it will result in them obtaining incredible power. Baylan then instructs Shin to go to Corellia to make sure Merrick doesn't screw anything up. Ahsoka and Hera meet at the New Republic shipyard on Corellia, where they're met by a supervisor named Weaver. Weaver isn't cooperative about letting them look around, but acquiesces after Hera suggests she make their visit / inspection more official. As they tour the facility, Weaver explains that there are still ex-Imperials employed there. Thankfully, their loyalty belongs to whoever can provide them with a steady paycheck. During a lull in the conversation, Hera takes the opportunity to stand up for Sabine before asking Ahsoka to consider taking her back as an apprentice. Ahsoka replies that Sabine isn't ready. When they reach the control room, Hera notices a hyperdrive from a superstar destroyer being prepped for delivery / installation for something bigger than any project the New Republic has in the works. Despite being a general, Weaver claims all information about the ship, and the 8 others like it that are currently being constructed, is classified. When Ahsoka asks if they have any HK droids in operation, Weaver insists they don't. He's quickly contradicted on the latter by a nearby protocol droid, who claims to have been stopped from loading equipment by an HK droid with a high level of security clearance. The protocol droid then points out that the HK droid is currently aboard a ship departing with the hyperdrive. Hera orders the control room workers to stop the ship, but they refuse before revealing themselves as Imperial loyalists. After easily taking them out, Ahsoka jumps down onto the landing dock to pursue the ship, while Hera runs back to give pursuit in the Phantom II. Before Ahsoka can reach the hyperdrive, she's confronted by Merrick and an HK droid. She takes out the droid and nearly puts down the former Inquisitor, but Shin shows up just in time to save him. Meanwhile, the Phantom I begins taking fire from the transport ship, which causes Chopper to begin yelling at Hera, which is one of the greatest things ever. Fortunately, Hera is an incredible pilot. She dodges the transport ship's cannon fire long enough for Chopper to get a tracking device on it before the vessel can jump into hyperspace. Once everyone's back on the ground, Chopper starts attempting to lock in on the tracking device. Meanwhile, Ahsoka and Hera watch Weaver and the other Imperial loyalists get taken into custody by the New Republic. Back at the hospital on Luffo, a recovering Sabine attempts to brush off Huyang's suggestions that she continue her JD training with Ezra's old lightsaber. After Sabine states that Ahsoka quit on her, Huyang simply counters that she's making excuses not to try. When Sabine points out that she never had the talent or abilities that Ezra did, the coldly logical droid agrees. He even goes as far as declaring that after teaching countless Jedi younglings for many centuries, Sabine's abilities would fall short of them all. When Sabine responds by saying she won't waste any more of Ahsoka's time, Huyang replies the only time she's wasting is her own before offering her the lightsaber. After Sabine returns home, she digs out her old Mandalorian armor and cuts her hair, officially signaling that she's on her way back to the badass character we saw for 4 seasons in Star Wars Rebels. She then hails Ahsoka on her ship and declares herself ready to resume their training. Huyang announces that Chopper and Hera have gotten a location on where the hyperdrive went, Cetos. As they depart, Ahsoka refers to Sabine as her Padawan. Meanwhile, the hyperdrive shows up at what appears to be a colossal hyperdrive docking ring, which we learn is the Eye of Shen. With the final hyperdrive in the process of being installed, Morgan tells Baylan and co. that they must now take out Ahsoka Tano to prevent her from interfering. Baylan expresses reluctance at the thought of killing a Jedi when so few remain galaxy, but appears to accept the mission. If you enjoy content like this, why don't you like and subscribe for more, and we will see you in the next episode recap.